Rivers and streams are dynamic systems that support all kinds of life, from algae to fish, not to mention all the terrestrial animals and birds that rely on rivers as a source of fresh water. However, rivers are also home to fascinating little invertebrates, creatures without backbones that are food for fish and are a fundamental part of aquatic ecosystems. You might think of them as creepy crawlies, but they're not really creepy at all. These little guys are seriously cool, and some are almost cute. Here in Canterbury, New Zealand, you can find an amazing variety of invertebrates, all with their own set of unique characteristics. There are swimmers like these mayfly nymphs, less mobile creatures with protective shells or cases like these snails and cased caddisfly larvae, creatures that need high levels of oxygen like these stoneflies, and creatures that don't need much at all like these worms and midge larvae. Some feed by scraping algae off of rocks, some are predators with large crushing jaws like this aptly named toebiter or Dobson fly. And some, like these caddisfly larvae, spin nets to catch tasty organic matter. The potential diversity is massive, but we don't necessarily see all of these different species in the same places. That's because community composition is determined by the environment. The characteristics of the river, so flow, rock types, how often it floods, if it's shaded, if there's any pollution, those environmental characteristics will impact the characteristics of the invertebrates that live there. We ecologists call this process environmental filtering. The environment imposes filters on communities, and creatures with certain characteristics are able to pass through, whilst others are not. In a pristine environment where no disturbance is occurring, so no flooding, no pollution, the environmental filter being applied should let all creatures through. At these unimpacted sites, we find a great variety of invertebrates with many different characteristics. But what if we apply a harsher filter? In a river that frequently floods, the environmental filter will select for creatures that can swim well to survive the fast-flowing water and tumbling rocks. More sedentary creatures like our cased caddisflies and snails will be washed away, or might even be crushed by tumbling rocks. So, in large flood-prone braided rivers such as this, we'll be left with the swimmers, mayflies and stoneflies. The final filter I'm going to talk about is one that's common on the Canterbury Plains. Agricultural practices can lead to rivers becoming clogged with sediment and polluted with nutrients. This environmental filter selects for the hardiest creatures like worms and snails, evicting the more sensitive mayflies and stoneflies. This can be problematic. Not only are the agricultural stream communities often less diverse, providing less function to the ecosystem, but they also provide less nutrition for fish. Put it this way, if you were a fish, wouldn't you prefer a juicy mayfly over a crunchy snail snack? That's all for now, but hopefully I've shed some light on the critters hiding beneath the surface of a stream near you. Now, next time you're out and about near a stream, pick up a rock and see what's underneath. You might just make some new cutie crawly friends.